The following is a Zoom call with my dear brother Nick Principe, who's known me for 20 plus years. He stars in the film franchise Laid to Rest, playing Chrome Skull. He's a horror icon. He's one of my partners of What I'm Doing, What They Live, and Big Trouble in Little China, with the blessing of Larry Franco and John Carpenter. And Nick is going to be standing beside me for the rest of my life and my career. He also is 6'7". I'm surrounded by amazing people that have known me my whole career and for what's to come. I give you Nick Principe. Nick Principe, my man. So one, you gigantic human, you. I want the world to know that I'm surrounded by literally gentle giants, but also giants. How tall are you, Nick?
I am 6 feet 7 inches tall.
Yeah, there we go. Nick on one side, Danny Falcone on the other. Friends of mine, not just creative partners. I would. This is your words, man, because you've been in this business a long time. You've been through the peaks, the valleys, the ins and outs. You've been let through the gates of some studio movies to literally wear a mask on your face, which is fucked up, right? When you're literally not only one of the most, in my opinion, character actor talents, but you've also been kind of kept out of these cesspool gates in the same manner I had till I had to bring Hollywood home and build my own in my hometown, which I can't be kept out of. And now I own a theater with a partner who's distributing Paramount movies. So, Nick, the floor is yours, man. Just this is what it's about. We led a revolution, and I
In
want
this
you to.
business, it'd be nice to only work with good people, but that would basically mean that you don't work. There's a lot of ebb and flow and a lot of things that you have to kind of swallow in this business if you wish to be a part of it. And it's just refreshing to work with not only a friend, but to work with people that have their heart in it and are specifically moving forward for change because the world certainly needs some positive change right now. I was quoted before in the last Zoom as saying, Will is a diamond in an ocean of diarrhea. And that's a pretty good analogy because it's rare is an understatement, uh, to say the least. I've worked in this business going on 24 years with some 80 and change credits, either stunts or acting. Um, I only work a few times a year now because I definitely put more of focus on family, and I really don't like leaving for a month and coming back and seeing my kids are like a foot taller because the biggest thing you'll see in life as you get older is the biggest commodity to seek out is time. Sometimes because you can't buy it, you can't rent it. It's just time. Yeah, you can't
That's
get
what I.
back.
That's a good note for me to say something that you just reminded me of. That's like you've known me, bro. Like when I first met you, I met you at the beginning, man. I had dreams to direct. They just went away. And it's because I was dealing with all these mirrors. You know all the mirrors that I dealt with that I literally Nick, how many people did you see me help them make their directing dreams come true?
Jeez, I just off the top of my head, I'd say like six,
Yeah.
but I know there's more. Just off
Yep.
the top of my head, I think are like five, six names, but I know that there's more than that. Yeah.
Thank you. And I always had these relationships. That's how I was able to make other people's dreams come true. So it should be of no surprise to anyone that I finally consciously woke up to make mine come true. And those consist of specific people through those 20 years right next to me equally in something that we all created together. And that leads me to what this streaming platform is that everyone is watching you and I on right now. You see, the stars of this streaming platform are Sydney and myself because we've always been justice warriors in the aspect of people that are wrong, we want to help. And then people wrong us and we feel so hopeless at times, at least we used to. And I'm going to go around, and by the time people have watched this, they have heard me already cancel well, not cancel because I don't want to cancel anybody, but they've heard me call out Jared and Shannon Leto for making the namesake of our foundation, Lacey McGee, not only sleep in a coffin with them, but had her sign NDAs with all the drugs that they fed her. And she died from symptoms related to that. And then one of those people also got somebody addicted to drugs. And then they passed that on to one of my best friends in my life who I helped get off fentanyl. So you see, I doc connected a lot of stuff together. And then I've also spoken about Billy Raftery, who is somebody who literally abused not only Sydney's energy, but mine. First thing I ever did was introduce him to RZA. And he was literally at the time, well, I'm going to keep that private because we're going to talk about it on a stage. Because you see, I've been able to heal from these traumas and I forgive those people. But people need to acknowledge what they've done in some aspects because it's rotting our business away. And these are people in power leadership positions that just abuse the world around them because of the abuse that they got put through in their lives that they don't want to admit when they look in the mirror. So you on one side of me and Danny Falcone on the other with security are going to walk around into situations where, see, the live stream is going to be all of this. This is going to play 24/7. The whole journey, the Pineywood Zoom call, everything. But when I walked into Cherry Zoo being assaulted, and I felt so hopeless for her, and then I spent 2 weeks trying to help her periodically go in and out of the Dorchester, and she was still dealing with stuff. I knew something had to be done, that I was being led to something bigger. So what we've created with advertisers behind it is a social justice channel that's live 24/7, and it's going to get us our justice for Project Rise partners because I'm streaming the whole journey of creating it all, and all the people, all the power, all the leadership that they said we didn't have is going to run on a loop until we interrupt the channel to bring you a moment of social justice. And I'm going to have advertisers pay for that because that's must see TV like Live PD. And people can't run anymore and stay in the dark when literally people are involved that are nothing but light in those situations, but get caught up in other people's energy that literally suppresses them. So that's what this all is.
Yeah, no, it's exciting stuff, man.
And it starts literally this week. So I'm going to Danny Falcone's. You're one of my last Zooms. I got to do a couple more tomorrow. And we're going to launch the platform on June 6th from a special place where stuff's going to rise up all collectively together. And so this is a lead up to that. So right now, these videos, amongst what I've edited together, are being played on D Pro TV to promote the launch of Big Picture World Finds Justice. And I created something that's like a damn bat signal. People call us like Ghost Adventures to come and rid the demonic possessions out of the way. Just in this case, it's going to be people doing things in the dark on an evil basis. That is not something conductive to positive society.
Sure, yeah.
If you're down, because I don't want to do this without you.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. I can't wait. Let's go.
I love it, man. And then the movie, which you're also an EP on, and I'm gonna have you help oversee the stunts and just be there, bro. And it's everything we talked about, man. You were supposed to do this on Cutthroat City. You see the fucking mirrors that I
Yeah.
had to follow. I'll never forget that. And that leads me to one thing I don't want to forget. Do you remember that Roddy Piper freaking lighter that you gave to Sid and I?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
I have it in what's playing. There's the journey from I made this in like 2020, but it was the journey from 2017 of her and I doing all this and starting it through 2020 to then when I had to fix my life and then we were finally business partner, all this stuff. But that lighter, bro, see, I didn't realize the mirrors of that, man, because they live in everything I've pursued. I've lived it in real life. You're gonna be one of the leads of They Live because I know what I'm doing for a movie and I'm getting that IP. That's what all this is about. I am walking into my dreams. Dreams are all that we have. I have
Yeah.
earned this. That's why I'm sacrificing my producing career. I'm giving it up. The only thing I'm going to produce every year is connecting this telethon together. And then ultimately, Bill Boyd Jr. is going to be the visionary overseeing all that. I just have some stuff that I need to get off my chest. And since nobody's going to walk away from giving back to the earth that gives us the art that we get to create, I'm getting everybody to show up. If someone doesn't show up for this telethon to help the next generation, then they're shining a spotlight on themselves in a negative manner. You see, I'm basically holding everybody straight up hostage
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
for the betterment of not only, I think, the creative arts, but hey, man, the nonprofit's called Action Through Action for a reason. So I took myself out to get everybody in.
Beauty. Beauty. It's nice having just Roddy in a spiritual sense being with us in any way, shape, or form. You just can't go wrong there. He was just such a bright light, even in death. It's
Yeah.
nice to have him shining down with us.
And I want to honor his legacy here at the Drive-In Theater in my hometown. I'm planning a little pop culture museum and restaurant, New Orleans theme that only I could produce. And John, who owned the theater, still owns the theater. He let me partner with him on it, thankfully, with the vision that we all came up with. But John's family lives in Mississippi. He's from New Orleans. His family had basically invented the projectionist union that formed in New Orleans in the early mid 1900s, like 19 between 1910 and 20. He knows the exact date. Still getting all the data, but it's all really special, man, because Cutthroat came out and drive-ins were all that was really open when we
Right.
reopened theaters. So all this is connected, and June 6th, that's when we changed the world together.
Break it down.
So I'm gonna see you at some point between now and before probably June 4th. I'm going to try to be back in LA, but I'm not driving the car. I'm being led to every day of this. And I'm just really, really grateful. And we're going to have a lot of fun, you, Sheridan, and I. And Dave's going to be with us on this social justice platform. That's why it's not going to be threatening. You see, it's going to be people that understand connectivity, that also have global influence. So these public figures can't run away from other public figures trying to have conversations to fix what's broken, not cause more harm.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
I love it. Well, just keep me posted. Let me know. You know, you got me 100%. Phone's always available. Holler at your boy.
Thank you. And by the way, your directorial debut, you know what I'm talking about, something we started working many years ago on, which we haven't talked about since we reconnected with all this. That is getting made, my friend, because that's a massive IP that you created that we
Nah,
finally get to make.
a few other things too once we get going. But yeah, you know, let's bang it all out.
Thank you, Mr. Principe. I like that shirt, and I'm very grateful. I'll never forget that day. Nick, so I'm gonna tell a quick story here about you, Nick. Nick and I were at a Halloween party, damn near probably like 9 or 10 years ago now. I'll never forget it. And you were battling situations with your heart. This is before you were a dad.
Yeah.
And look at the way that the creator, the Matrix and universe works, man. I didn't know if you were gonna be here past a couple months from then. And now we're damn near a decade, and you got a whole family now, and you are the most healthy, happy version of Nick Principe that I have ever known. And I think you'd say the same thing about me now, and very centered.
Yeah, physically, spiritually, you just got a clean slate. I don't want to push a political agenda here, but
Bullshit. We're left and right.
right. Well, I just mean like, you know, yeah, I was faced with a really horrible diagnosis, and oddly enough, to fix it, 90% of that was just going vegan. Going vegan just like the physical change was there after just a week. After a week, I knew I was like, wow, I'm gonna get better. While at the time, I initially just kind of accepted my fate and then just buried myself even deeper in drugs because I figured, what's the point? I was gonna die anyway, so who cares? What does it matter if I'm on drugs or not? You know. But you know, you either got to clear your head or fix your physical body. But either
Or
way,
both.
lead into each other. You know.
Mm.
You got to fix the temple, man. You know, before any real change anywhere else is real change comes within first. You know,
Thanks,
it's
bro.
been a ride, man. It's definitely been a ride. Just happy to be here.
Hey, man, I'm happy you're here. I'm happy we're here together. And this is gonna be fun, bro. I've dreamed about all this. I'm excited that we get to do it all now. So thank you. And I'll be in touch literally over the next 2 days. You're gonna be one of like 5 people that have my phone number.
Cool. Yeah, just let me know. I'm always there for you.
Thanks, Nick. God bless, bro. Thank you.
See you soon.